Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Not Just Politics podcast for the very, very spooky Halloween special with the homies. What's up, y'all? We got Pickle Rick. What's your guy's name?
Arthur Morgan.
Arthur Morgan from Red Dead 2. And Bernie Sanders, who we don't have video for, is calling in on the show. What's up, y'all? How are we doing?
Hi.
Gavin's on camera for the first time ever, so that's pretty exciting.
Oh.
Looking very swag as a cowboy.
Yes.
What do we got to talk about today, y'all? What do we got to talk about? We're doing feelings, no facts.
Let's see.
Just the immediate take. Let's start off with Elon carrying a sink. I don't want the... I think the costume is going to, block off my face because it's so big. Okay, let's start
I
off.
have a question. Are we allowed to swear on this?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're allowed to swear. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I try not to, but you know what? Sure, you can. Yeah, okay, let's start off. What does everybody think about Elon carrying a sink into the Twitter headquarters after acquiring the company? Did he tweet, "Let that sink in"?
Yeah, I believe so.
And then he carried a sink.
Oh my god.
He carried a sink
Wait,
into
what
the
was the
headquarters.
reason behind that, though? Did he, accomplish something with Twitter?
He bought the company.
Yeah, he officially bought
Like the
Twitter
whole
yesterday.
Yeah, he
Yes.
he is
Okay,
the owner,
Cool.
but he's not the CEO, right?
He fired the
He
CEO.
he fired
Yeah.
Agrawal. He fired him,
Yeah.
and a couple other people. He
Yeah.
was
Yeah, a lot of board members
Yeah,
See ya,
and the
folks.
CF
like
He
off.
fired the CFO too.
That's crazy. Can we turn Leah's audio up at all? Is
No.
that possible? Dang. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, he fired everybody. Not everybody, but he fired a lot of people. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But
And then they got escorted out.
that's crazy. He escorted the CEO. And can you imagine being that guy, being the CEO and the CFO, and Elon buys your company, carries a sink into the headquarters, and then you get escorted out of your own, not your own company, but the company that you run.
Yeah, imagine dedicating years of your work to Twitter just for some guy to walk in with
Well,
a
actually-
sink and kick you out.
Agrawal was new. That CEO was relatively new.
Was he?
Yeah, because Jack Dorsey stepped down.
oh yeah, I
think,
guess that is true.
didn't
But
Jack Dorsey-
Yeah.
when did Jack Dorsey step down? Was it in 2020, or was it in 2021?
I thought it was during the pandemic.
I thought it was too. And then he was saying
I
some
don't know.
goofy shit. That new CEO was saying some goofy shit, and then. But I get that this is feelings, no facts, but I am actually gonna look up whenever Jack Dorsey stepped down.
Elon also tweeted yesterday, "The bird is freed."
Yeah, that's fire.
That's so funny.
Whoa. Under that, he posted the video of him carrying the sink, and then Shaq commented, "Excited to see what you accomplished here."
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, that's
They really are his guinea pigs, so they're just...
Wait,
Great,
y'all,
everything.
Jack Dorsey stepped down from Twitter in May of this year.
really.
No way.
Yeah, I thought it was way longer ago than that. But the board announced in 2022 that his contract or whatever was up and he was leaving. And then they got a new CEO who CEO'd for all of about, what is that, 5 months?
No way.
Walks in, let's say we stepped in June, so all of June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, so 6 months. He a half a year of being CEO, and then Elon just buys the company and says, "Here's the door, buddy." That's fire.
That is pretty
That's
fire.
so crazy. And now the bird's free. So now I guess what I'm wondering is now I think, because I am kind of hyped about it,
Right.
because I think Twitter's kind of a dumpster fire, and I think if anyone can fix it, it's maybe him.
Right. Well, I
Yeah.
hear a lot of complaints where it's he's for free speech, but what if he censors things against him? I don't believe that Elon will do that, but it is still
No.
a possibility.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking at this point now, if he doesn't hold up on his end of I can't not laugh when I look at the Pickle Rick. No, if I think at this point, if Elon doesn't hold up to that, I don't know how, but we got to come down on him like a ton of bricks. I don't know what that looks like, but
Boycotting Tesla.
Personally, I feel like...
something like that.
I was going to say, personally, I feel like he put a lot on his plate. I don't know how he's handling everything.
Well, he's not. he has teams of people that run all these things. He just goes into the meetings and people just
Right.
kind of tell him what's going on.
But still, like with his lifestyle, he has to show up for a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, he does. Yeah, but that's kind of what he's always done. I mean, he's like,
I know, he's crazy.
he's insane. He's Tony Stark in real life. That's what he is. But that's pretty wild. I like it. I hope that he
I think
can
we're gonna
fix
have
it.
like a Britney Spears moment with him. Not to like wish ill will, but
What do you mean?
for a man handling that much, I feel like we'll have like some sort of meltdown.
No, I think he would have meltdown whenever like 3 of his companies were going bankrupt at the same time. I mean, you know, like it could happen, but I guess it could, but I just don't see that happening with him. But when you said a Britney Spears situation, I thought you were gonna say like free Elon, and I was like, from what? From what are we freeing him from? what is he beholden to?
What is this bandwagon we're jumping on?
Yeah, I was like, what is this?
Oh my God.
That would have been kind of funny. Free Elon.
Oh my God.
He gets
We could
stuck
start
in
it.
he gets stuck in Twitter.
we could start it on Twitter.
He gets absorbed. Does the platform just absorbs him?
So I wonder what's going to happen to like conservative apps that kind of like came out after like a whole bunch of conservatives got banned from Twitter. Now that Elon's in charge of Twitter now, they're all going to come back and those apps just going to like
Is D Trump?
plummet.
Is D Trump's gonna come? I don't. He said he wouldn't though.
He actually just came out and said that he would. I'm pretty
Trump
sure.
just came out and said,
Yes.
"You need to find that. If
I
that's
need to
true,
find
that's
that.
crazy. That's
like,
insane. I
Twitter's
knew he
like
was
his
going
favorite-
to.
It's like his favorite platform. Of course he'll. Come
Yeah, I mean,
back.
come on. Like, and if he announces a presidential run in 2024,
Oh my
he
God.
would want to use Twitter
Yeah.
in that way.
Wait,
have
Trump's coming back to Twitter?
I mean, I'll be shocked if he doesn't at this point, because Elon will let him
Is
back.
Kanye still suspended from Twitter?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the next topic. I want to get to all the Kanye stuff, but Trump's been rocking on Truth. But Trump like roasted Elon on Truth Social a couple months ago, and it was one of my favorite social media posts
What was it?
ever. Okay, it's somewhere deep in my photos.
Gotta
I'd
fact
have to
check.
go. I'd have to go find it, but I'll read it in Trump's voice. It's hysterical. It's so funny. I've got to find it. I don't know how the beef started. I think it was something with Elon. Oh, I think it was during like the beginnings of that Twitter deal. Whenever Elon was like trying to get out of it. I have to really scroll back to find this thing. It's so funny. Yes, here it is. So I don't know when this was because I just screenshotted like. I don't know where I saw, but I screenshotted it. I think it was at some point during the Twitter deal.
Right.
But this is what Trump said. He said, I'm going to do my best Trump impression here.
Okay.
Here it goes. When Elon Musk came to the White House asking me for help on all of his many subsidized projects, whether it's electric cars that don't drive long enough, driverless cars that crash, or rocket ships to nowhere, without which subsidies he'd be worthless, and telling me how he was a big Trump fan and Republican, I could have said, drop to your knees and beg, and he would have done it.
Hilarious.
That's
That's hysterical.
That's hysterical. That is so funny. By the way, the best part of that post is rocket ships to nowhere.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. That is so funny.
Rocket ship system.
Yo, I don't care what. Trump is undeniably funny. Sorry, like I don't care what. Like he undeniably funny.
Yeah.
He is. I mean, he didn't know how to lead,
Mhm.
and he wasn't a good president.
Right.
But he's undeniably funny. He's an entertainer.
He's
Without a doubt.
He's a TV
Yeah.
personality.
He's an entertainer. He knows how to entertain. He's hilarious. But yeah,
He knows what gets the people going.
of course he
Exactly.
Well, that's why his Twitter was like an actual like national treasure. Like I don't know. Yeah, he said some stuff on there that was pretty bad. But also like the hamburgers tweet. That's still my favorite tweet that I've ever seen.
Right.
That's my favorite tweet of. I'm not even on Twitter, but like of all the tweets I've seen, that's my favorite one. Is the hamburgers tweet. When the Clemson Tigers won the national championships during the government shutdown, and he bought. Y'all remember that when he bought all the fast food, and there was like a huge, it was like a huge spread.
Oh my
He was
God.
like, He was like, he took a shitty picture with all the food. Like, he was posing in front of all the food.
Was it the Wendy's, the McDonald's?
Wendy's, McDonald's. I think Burger King was in there.
Possibly KFC.
I didn't see. I think it was just hamburgers.
Just hamburgers?
Hamburgers.
Hamburgers.
As he spelled it. Yeah, hamburgers. And then
Yes.
that tweet is, you know what's funny is like whenever I try to Google that like Truth Social post where he was roasting Elon on, like I try to Google it. I even go on DuckDuckGo and I look for it. I can't find it. Like whenever I Google it, it's nowhere to be found. But the hamburgers tweet is just out there for the world to see. And it's my favorite tweet of all time. I love it so much. But yeah, so I don't know. Like, I guess, Gavin, I don't know about you. Going back to your question, which was like a half hour ago at this point, like, are those, like, is Parler and Truth Social gonna decline if Elon starts letting people back on Twitter?
Right.
Maybe. Conservatives do like Elon, I
Do you
think.
think that's an Elon fashion to start letting people back on?
Yeah, I mean, he has said, I'm sorry, I gotta try to get my hair behind the headset because there's like a couple pieces that are falling, and it's driving me insane. Might cut them off. No, but Elon said he's like a free speech like absolutist, and he would like let people back on. So probably he'll probably let them back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see what happens. I'm excited to see. I mean, if Trump comes back to Twitter, the reactions alone will be
yeah.
enough for me. Like that's enough
I want
comment.
to see his first tweet. It better be. It's gonna be iconic.
Yeah.
You know what was so funny? Whenever he first got banned, I saw a meme format. I saw mad at him. Like, it was like someone took his picture and just photoshopped like a brown mustache, and then they changed the name to like John Smith, and he was like, "Hey guys, I'm new to Twitter. What's been going on?" That was so good. He needs to do something like that. He needs to honestly, he needs to make his. It would be so funny if he made his new account like a picture of him with the disguise, like the like, you know what I mean, like the glasses with the nose and the fake stash, and name it something like that. Would be so funny if he did that, but I don't think he will. He's too much of an egomaniac. He wants people to know that it's him.
Right.
But that when I saw that first tweet, I was dying. It was so good, and the people photoshopping his tweets. Oh my God! I saw. You know what I saw?
What?
I saw like this was years ago. This was back in like 2018. I saw there was like somebody modded like Mario Kart to like put his character like he was in the game, and then beneath it they put a Trump tweet. It was like, "Thank you, Nintendo. Very cool." That's all it was. I was dying. It was so good. But yeah, if he comes back to Twitter, that first tweet will be great. It would be like, "You miss me yet?" or something. Honestly,
Yeah.
knowing Trump, he'll waste it saying something stupid probably.
Right.
It'll either be the greatest thing, like it'll be the most iconic tweet of all time, or it'll be something so dumb like, "Did you miss me yet?"
He might make like a proclamation, be like, "I manifest being the president in 2024."
Oh, I would hate that. That's the worst thing he could say. He needs to say something funny. He
If
needs to like.
manifest is even in his vocabulary, but like.
No, yes, it is. Yeah, the Trump is dumb argument, please.
No, I'm not saying it's dumb. It's
Yeah.
just like the whole manifesting energy vibe. That's
But
like
but
a
but
whole
manifest destiny.
Gen Z.
Conservatives love that one.
It's like a Gen Z trend. It's not really like a Donald Trump.
Hey, he might try to be like
You never know. That's
stick
what
with
I'm
it. He
saying.
might try to be like cool with the young people. I
better
guess.
be on Twitter
Right.
when he tweets something.
Yeah, should I make an account just so I can see it in real time?
Yes.
I-
Twitter will actually probably blow up. Like the servers will probably
Yeah.
crash.
Yeah, somebody will like DDoS
Yeah.
their servers.
No,
they'll
I
just
mean
take it
like
down.
no, just from like
the sheer
the
the
chaos.
Karens, all the Karens
well,
being
not
like,
just that, but like everyone will
yeah, well,
freak out.
yeah, the Trumpsters will be hyped. They'll be like, "Let's go, our fearless
All the
leader's back."
wokesters will be
All the
screaming,
all the
crying,
wokesters.
kicking their feet.
All the wokesters will like lose their minds. Yeah, it'll be. But I'll just be sitting like in the middle, just enjoying. Yeah, like Tim Dillon, just sitting
Yeah.
back enjoying the chaos.
Enjoying the meltdown.
Right.
Exactly.
Speaking of meltdowns,
Oh boy.
Kanye West
Yes.
Let's talk about Kanye.
Transition.
That was a great. This guy's good. Damn, this guy's good. Get this man a
Give him
raise
a
or
raise.
something. We're not being paid to do this to begin with, so maybe start paying us. Yeah. Our boy
he made
Kanye.
graduation.
Yeah, there was mad memes after Kanye said that wild shit, and it was like, yeah, guys, but he made graduation.
I'm sure everyone knows what we're talking about by now. The entire world probably knows.
Yeah, the entire
at this
world
point.
knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? Like, can we still like graduation?
I mean,
Can we still? Because that album is so good.
right.
That album's so good. Like, are we still allowed to like Life of Pablo? Like, are we? Am I still allowed to?
I feel like you can like the song without liking the artist who made it.
Is it separating
Yeah.
the
I feel like
art from the
Yeah,
artist?
separating.
someone brought this up to me the other day. Like him going on these tangents is just losing all respect that he has gained over the years. And so now he might not even get like collabs, or people will be too like afraid to even collab with him.
Well, he's like banned, and he lost all his like
Right.
partnerships with different companies, Gap, Adidas, his record
Yep.
label, his banks.
I'm not surprised by this though. Like, I'm not surprised by what he did.
He's not a billionaire anymore.
No, but
Once-
I'm not surprised by
Nope.
what he did because this has always been his gimmick.
Right.
It was, oh, you like me because I'm a rapper. I'm gonna go like Jesus rap. Lost the fans. I'm gonna gain them back now. And then
Right.
oh, now I'm gonna wear a MAGA hat, lose a bunch of fans, but I'm gonna make them love me. Like he has to lose the fans to win them back.
He's kind of a
Exactly.
genius
I
in that.
well, of course he is. Yeah, like of course
Respect.
he's yeah. Like that's like okay, like what he did was bad. I don't side with the tweets and all the comments that he's made. But the move
as an artist,
as an art, like that's what he's been doing this. He's always done this.
right?
And he's always had a way to win people back. So I'm not surprised by this at all. This was just I mean like it was
I'm starting to understand why he supports Donald Trump, because him and Kanye have a very similar way of getting public approval.
yeah, egomaniacs like other egomaniacs.
Hmm.
And Kanye's an egomaniac. Trump's an egomaniac. They're both very, very smart, and they know how to win people over.
Did you listen to the Lex Friedman episode?
Yes,
with
I listened
Kanye?
to bits and pieces. I'll be honest, I didn't watch the full thing. I kind of jumped around with the timestamps. I didn't really care as much about like there was like a little timestamp about like fashion and this or that. I listened to the parts that were talking about his like anti-Semitic comments and that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta see that.
Here's what I'll say. Lex Friedman's the GOAT. His composure in that video, in that podcast, is remarkable. Like, first of all, Lex Friedman, for those you don't know, is a very, very famous... Lex, come on the show. Very famous podcast. Sort of in, like, he started off in, like, the tech space, and then he sort of started moving over into more of, like, a Joe Rogan type. Like, he'll talk to anybody. He talked to like Magnus Carlsen. He talked to Joe Rogan, like Tim Dillon, Elon Musk a couple times. The guy that co-created Ethereum, Vitaly Buterin. I think that's his name. Yeah, but either way, and Lex Friedman is a Jew who was born in the Soviet Union, who had family that like died in the Holocaust. For him to sit down with Kanye and have that much composure and lead with that mindset of like trying to get Kanye to understand what he like why he did like was wrong is very remarkable.
Right.
It was, but also some of the stuff that Kanye said, like I couldn't keep up with him.
Right. At the beginning, when he's talking about the education system, how like we should push engineering and math and all these traits that will be useful to people in the future, rather than trying to pump out
Like influencers.
yeah.
I absolutely agree with that. Yeah.
I mean, that's just another heads up to capitalism. That's kind of what the school system is aiming for in the first place. Like, they don't want us to be free thinkers and artists. They want, blue collar workers.
But we actually went in the opposite direction. Like we had so many people get pushed out by the school system. Like my brother didn't take the normal route. My brother went straight to like entrepreneurial
Right,
like
but
methods.
what
like
I'm saying is like what Kanye's proposing or what he is arguing has been a thing. It's not like it's new.
Yeah,
So
but
everyone
But
wants
he's
their
shining
kids-
light on it.
yeah,
Like-
I think that we've gotten away from it a little bit. Like I do think like not that I have any statistics, not that I'm claiming to know about this stuff, but I do think we were like losing. Like I hear all those commercials about like aerospace engineers, like oh we're losing them faster we can get them, like oh we're losing all these like important professions like faster than we're gaining them.
Right.
So I do get like I agree with him, like we should be pushing more of that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, but like I feel like our generation realizes that you can make money using social media platforms.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
but if
it's
the
also-
government's run by TikTok stars, we're in deep trouble, buddy.
And
We're in deep
and it's
trouble.
also important to like have engineers to build
Absolutely.
our cities and to maintain
Yeah.
our
Maybe
cities and
start
the
paying them
roads.
more.
To have they get paid
Exact-
a ton.
Start paying us more.
Well-
I've seen all these commercials, by the way, to bounce off of that. Like, there are all these advertisements be like, looking for nursing students, apply, full tuition covered, because there's just not enough, like, workers
Yeah.
and who want to work
But I
for
think
that.
engineers get like paid good money.
But nurses don't get paid
Oh yeah,
shit.
they get.
Yeah.
Engineers get paid a lot of money.
Yeah, nurses probably don't get paid
And
as
that's
much
why
as
our
they should though.
generation's just
Yeah.
going for, like, the more...
Yeah, they got to switch that up though, because we're just gonna
we're
be
just
a bunch
trying to
of
get money.
we're just gonna be a country full of
Right.
TikTok stars.
Well, I read
No, I thought nurses made a decent amount of money, especially like traveling nurses. Like they can make. bank.
Traveling nurses make
that
bank, but I think
depends.
like nurses,
It
like
takes you a while to start
general
earning some money.
nurses like
And you know how much school debt you're
Well,
in outside, like,
There's
as
a
soon
lot
as
of
you
job
graduate.
opportunities for nurses that have big signing bonuses.
yeah, that's true. I mean,
I've
nurses
seen them
actually might
all
be a
over the
little bit
place.
outside of like the don't get paid enough category.
It
but-
depends state to state, and like I said earlier, like when you come out of college, you are facing tons and tons of student debt. So like you might be paid
Yeah.
like
Well,
decent
well,
money.
that's also kind of why like they want to get more people into like the workforce right out of high school. Like I think less people going to college and more people going like directing more of those people into the workforce
See,
is not necessarily a bad idea because then you don't have a bunch of people getting crazy student debt.
I'm kind of excited
Yep.
to see how like the next following up years will pan out with Biden doing the loan forgiveness or that he's doing right now. Like I want to see how that will affect people applying into colleges and just in general, like for us who are about to graduate, how that will benefit us.
Yeah, I think that might funnel more people into universities,
Yeah.
which
another thing.
probably not.
Well,
I'm not a
talking
fan.
about like work and everything, like minimum wage. I read an article. Like it's been a thing for a while now. Like a lot of people have been reporting on it for about a
Mhm.
year now. But like minimum wage, you can't like anywhere in the United States, you cannot afford rent if you live off minimum wage.
Right.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, that's nuts. That is insane.
Mm.
Yeah, inflation.
But to be fair, here in PA at least, even like the fast food restaurants, I think the lowest they'll go now is like $11, right? That changed like not too long ago.
Yeah, I think there's something like
it just
that.
depends
yeah.
on what state has the minimum wage at $7.25.
Yeah.
It is $7.25, right? Like the minimum, right? There's nothing.
Yeah, I
lower
think
than
it's
that.
I think it's still that. Yeah, but honestly, like I'm curious how many companies are still paying that cuz like Amazon $15 an hour,
Yeah.
Sheets is
Even
$15 an hour.
$15 an hour doesn't work as much as it like.
Yeah, but that was the proposed solution. That was like the
Right.
fix
That was
it.
the
that
proposed
was the,
solution years ago.
that was
but
the fix it one. Yeah, but now
we're
there's-
going through inflation currently, and like I heard, like
we're going through our
the base minimum wage should be around like $20-some an hour.
That's crazy. But like
That's
okay,
insane.
but now here's where I come in. Like okay, I worked landscaping for the summer.
Right. Well, you also live at home. Like you don't like.
No, but here's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying like the guys that were working that job with me that like were paying for their own stuff.
Right.
Like they were working. Like if you're working at McDonald's, like $20 an hour is crazy, kind of.
Not really.
Because if there are guys doing like okay, like I'm not like okay. I want to say I know there are some people that like McDonald's is the most that they can do. Like that's some people's ceiling, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I'm not trying to belittle those people, but I'm saying like you'd have to increase the prices for everything. Because the guys that are out there in 10-degree weather, like fixing the transformers or whatever. Like,
Well, they don't make minimum wage though.
well, I know, but I'm saying like it's like at my job, like the guys that are out there every day, like laying concrete, laying patios, building crazy stuff. Like if they're only getting paid $20 an hour, they'd be like, oh fuck it, I'll just go work at McDonald's
Right.
because I'm getting the same money. So you'd have to like adjust it for the work that you're doing if you keep raising it. Maybe that's totally incorrect. I don't know, but that's just what I would feel like. You'd have to.
$20 is not enough to work in like those harsh conditions.
Yeah, I mean, I was getting,
They definitely get paid more than $20 an hour.
Well,
though.
I was
I'm
getting
thinking, like-
19. The most guys in my job were getting were like 30 at the most, but I was getting like 19. Most of the guys were getting like 20, like 25.
Right.
And we were going out, like some guys were working 6 days a week. They're working like 12-hour days for like half that time.
insane.
That's crazy.
Right.
But they would, but if you told them like, hey, you could just go work at McDonald's for the same money, they would probably all leave.
Not really.
Most of them would.
A lot of the people I know that worked at McDonald's absolutely hated it.
Well, yeah, you hate it, but I mean, if the money is, but does it beat like being out
Truthfully,
in
I'd
95-degree
probably-
weather for 12
I'd
hours?
probably work
It depends
outside
on the
for 12
person,
hours
really.
and, like,
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
true.
option of choice. Like you
burgers
get that choice to work
for
where
12
you
hours.
want and not have to worry about money.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's tough. I don't know. It's like how it's only our 5th once in a lifetime recession. Okay? We need to calm down. It's only the 5th time it's happened. Isn't it like the 2nd?
It's
Yeah,
the second time.
It's the
it's
second
happened.
time, yeah.
Not like the recession happened during COVID? Is that still like did we like sort of in
Well,
between?
COVID happened, and then 2021 came around, and then the recession hit.
Right, I guess we're still in it.
Right. We're in the peak of it. Well, during the summer, I was hearing like we're in the peak of the recession. So I think we're still definitely in the mix of it.
Yeah, probably.
Shit's about to go down.
Wow. Yeah, that's really something. But going back to
Kanye. Going back to
we
Kanye.
only went on like a 25-minute tangent there. But yeah,
It's
Kanye
important stuff.
Kanye lost his deal with Adidas, which
They
Well,
still
they're a
released-
German company.
They
I'm
still
pretty sure
released-
that they had to do something.
They released one last model of the Yeezy, quote unquote, but it's without the Yeezy branding.
Foot Locker is removing all the Yeezys from their stores. I walked into a
really
I've always like every time I walked into a Foot Locker, I've never seen Yeezys there. So like,
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
what do you mean
Never either.
removing them? Like they're not even
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It's probably the online
I
Foot Locker.
I didn't even think about Adidas being a German company. I just completely forget about that. Yeah, they definitely had to do
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
But like I was saying, the user on Instagram that I follow, they posted that there is one last Yeezy model, quote unquote, in a gray colorway that was released, and
They're
it
probably
was just
hella
like
expensive.
it
though.
was just a
Yeah.
debate, like, would you still support the brand? If
Well-
Have
Kanye's
any of you
not
guys
behind
worn
it?
Yeezys?
No.
No.
Yeah.
They are so comfortable. in
I've
my
heard they're
opinion.
mad.
I like
Oh no,
the
wait a minute.
slide.
I've worn like what is like the Yeezy, like the 350s. Those are the ones that are like the standard, like
Mhm.
the most, like the more
Yeah.
basic. Like I haven't worn those, but I've worn like another
See,
version.
I want to get myself a pair of Yeezys, but I feel like now is like the worst time to do it because
Just buy them after. Yeah, just buy them aftermarket so it doesn't go to
Right.
Kanye.
All the resellers are gonna be selling them for like $300, $500.
right.
yeah.
Well,
that's
yeah,
not too
Adidas
bad.
is still
Like,
gonna
I've
be
seen.
releasing the Yeezy,
Yeezys for like
like
500 to
certain
1,000.
designs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Well, the ones that they own, I guess they own like certain ones.
But Kanye lost all his deals.
Yeah.
Like like this one's like okay, like it's not a tough situation, but it's a tough situation. Like if you were a fan of him, you like I guess you still can be, but then you're ignoring like if this is not a gimmick
Well,
from him,
again,
then he's a
separating-
horrible person.
separating art from the artist. Like
I mean, like
Artist,
aside
yeah.
from his music, I mean, like supporting the clothing, just
Oh.
supporting him in general.
I
Supporting
feel
him
like
as
you
a
could
person.
support the clothing without liking him. You could just like it for how it looks or the design.
right.
Yeah, I think that's still reasonable. But I'm saying like this is kind of like it's tough because like if this
I
isn't
mean, in a
gi-
world where a lot of elites are pedophiles or They're
Yeah.
just what do you call them? Like predators, like people
Yeah.
who are
Mhm.
genuinely not good people. We still buy their shit all the time.
Right.
It's not like
Yep.
it's
Yeah, we still like. Don't people still listen to like R. Kelly's music?
yeah. Yeah, he's still up on Spotify, and people are complaining to Spotify to take Kanye down. I
still
mean,
buy
dude, they
Playboy
didn't
merch.
they didn't take down Joe Rogan. They didn't take
Nope.
down R. Kelly, and there's probably a shit ton of artists on Spotify that are very controversial that they're not gonna
Yep.
take down, and they're
Yeah.
not gonna start with Kanye.
You know why? Because Kanye makes them a stupid amount of money.
Yeah,
So of course they're not going to.
I mean,
They're never going to get rid of any of these people because they make them money. It's a money game. As
also
unfortunate
Kanye
as
is
that
like
is.
very prone to taunting everybody. Maybe someone like those companies that just lost their bet or kicked out Kanye from their lease. He was just taunting them. So they're like, yeah, we don't want to collab with you anymore.
did you hear? So after Adidas and Gap dropped him, he went to Skechers headquarters, and he got removed from the building by security.
Yeah, he literally just walked in. Like, this man
That's
has a
fucking
god
so
complex, I
random.
swear.
Oh, definitely.
Stop. We were about to get Kanye Skechers.
And I heard, yes, and I heard that the CEO of Skechers is Jewish.
Oh.
Did Kanye know this?
I don't know. He might have just not done his research.
Probably not.
That's some.
Imagine,
like-
imagine
that feels
buying
like the
a,
research.
imagine buying a Skechers Yeezy.
We were about to get Yeezy Skechers, son. That's crazy. They removed him from the building.
Will they light up? Question mark.
I mean,
Yo, those could have been heat potentially.
Right.
Potentially. That feels like the kind of research Kanye should have done. You know, after I
Yeah.
claim that all these people that are running everything are Jewish and they have an agenda, which I don't even like. It's not even. People did like a breakdown of all the like. It's not.
Yeah.
You know. It's not even like that. He's not even correct. But that
that's-
feels like the research you should have done
that's
before
a
you
big
walked into.
Conservative talking point. Like that's like, well, not conservative, but like MAGA conservative, like new right
Yeah.
kind of like. Thing.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's not Kanye that just brought this up. Like anti-Semitism.
People have been saying it.
Yeah, like anti-Semitism's been around forever.
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene said that the elite Jews had a space laser on the moon.
That's insane.
That was real.
Did you
Real.
Did you hear that? That's possibly Trump's running mate. Is
Marjorie Taylor Greene?
yes.
Oh.
Now, for people that have been watching this show, we brought this up a couple times, and it's going to come out a couple times on episodes prior to this, or coming out after this. I've been talking from my very uneducated and uninformed standpoint that Trump is going to just, like, the Democrats don't have anybody in 2024.
Right.
Who are you going to run? Joe Biden, if he's still alive, which I hope that he is. I hope that he is, and I hope that he's well. But you don't have anybody.
Mark Cuban. I heard that he might run. Is that guy from Shark Tank?
I thought Yang was trying to
Yeah.
get Mark Cuban to run for the Forward Party ticket.
I think he's gonna. Well, he might run as
A Democrat.
Democrat backed by
For
Forward.
right, that could be kind of cool potentially. I don't
like
really know.
Mark Cuban.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. Seems like he's an interesting fellow.
I would vote for him.
I would too, probably. I'd have to see
Yeah,
what his
same.
campaign's like first.
Right.
But I'd be tempted to. Well, that's
Yeah.
kind of like I said, that's kind of copying the Trump strategy, like getting somebody from outside the establishment
Exactly.
that's really popular to
He's
run.
also a billionaire.
Because Trump, right? So that's kind of like the ditto strategy. However, if there was any way that Trump could lose, it's by picking Marjorie Taylor Greene as his running mate.
Yes. Like, there's no way.
There's no. I mean, listen, the conservatives love her, so that's like leaning into their most radical base, which is kind of what they always do. But as far as picking up, because I also recently heard, and I've also said a couple of times that I think DeSantis is going to hop on his VP ticket.
I think he might run by himself. As
I think
a
he will.
Republican in the
in
was it the primaries?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's the only one that could probably survive getting wrecked by Trump in the primary because he
Well,
can just
if
go back to Florida and keep being governor.
But if Marjorie Taylor Greene runs as Trump's VP, I feel like that might take away from a lot of like the moderate conservatives that don't like her.
Yeah, she's crazy. She's insane. She had a campaign ad where she was carrying around a 50 caliber sniper rifle and then shot I think she shot like a pickup truck with it and like blew the pickup truck up. And then she was like, "We are giving away this sniper rifle to one of you gun equipping Americans," or something like that. Something crazy.
I don't know.
I'm like, this lady's insane. She's crazy. But that's maybe one way that Trump loses. Or that's how he wins.
I don't think that's
How
he
old is she?
wins.
She's like, I think she's like in her early 40s.
Oh my
That's a
God.
pure guess. Let me actually look that up.
Yeah, 40s or 50s.
40s or 50s. She's not like an old bag like he is.
I'm gonna have to look up this campaign ad after this because that's
No, honestly, it's one of my favorite campaigns out there. She's 48.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's about as old as DeSantis is. I think DeSantis is about that age as well. No, he's actually like 45, I think. He's a little bit younger. No, go watch that ad. And then tell me you want that to be Trump's running mate. I think. But like, so like if DeSantis gets wrecked in the primary, he could maybe still hop on Trump's vice president ticket if that's like what they want to do.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you think
I don't-
Trump's really gonna run?
Yeah, of course.
yeah,
I will. I'll be floored. I'll be absolutely floored if he doesn't run. He's too much of an egomaniac. Like he has to run at this point. Like
So,
he's been campaigning.
our choices
he's
are
not campaigning, but
Joe Biden, Mark Cuban, Kanye West, Marjorie Taylor Greene,
Kim Kardashian, possibly.
Kanye?
Kim.
Yo, what if Kanye and Kim ran together?
Oh my God, that would not
Oh
work.
my
Yeah.
God.
They would run against each other.
And Pete Davidson was like their campaign
I
manager or
saw
something like
this
that.
funny ad where it was not ad, this funny meme where it's like, she can fix her, and it's a picture of Kanye and Taylor Swift together, or she can fix him. Yeah.
That's great. That's very funny. Yeah, our options in 2024 don't look great, America.
Yeah.
I'm not liking our picks.
I'll probably be voting third party.
Third
I
party.
imagine
honestly.
so. Yeah. So like, yeah, I don't know. Like, if they
Vote
run
for Brent Peterson. 2024.
Yes.
Vote for me, President of the United States. I am.
For
Brent
those who are
Peterson.
listening that don't know, there was some random guy on TikTok named Brett Peterson that just announced that he was
He
running
has-
for
Yeah,
president.
he has like the worst quality phone
Camera.
camera ever, and he has these weird ass filters, and what is it, duos, like just a random ass video. Like it could just be puppies running around in a field, and then it cuts to him. Bad quality. Vote for me, Brett Peterson.
Vote for me for president. We could just vote for him.
Yes.
I wonder how many write-ins he's gonna get.
Probably.
That's gonna be
a decent
gonna be the
amount of
fun.
like Gen Z.
Harambe
people.
got 10,000.
Oh yeah.
Harambe got
I bet
10,000
he gets-
ish write-ins.
He's definitely gonna get 50, like above,
Didn't,
fit
like,
around
on that whole
50,000 or
Bees Nuts
above.
meme,
I would
didn't
not
someone
doubt
get, like,
that.
a lot of write-ins for that,
Especially.
too?
Wait, Leah, what were you saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
repeat
wait, hold
that,
on. We gotta
sorry.
be careful we're not talking over each other. Sorry. What were you saying, Leah?
I said, didn't like when the whole Bees Nuts meme was going on, he got like a bunch of write-ins, like someone. posted,
Yeah,
like,
North
Bees Nuts
Carolina.
or whatever.
I think he did. Yeah, I think so.
What is it in the UK? I know they have these like very open elections where
Mhm.
like there's this guy named like Lord Buckethead. He looks like a ripoff Darth Vader, and they have to stand up there with like the actual like conservative and liberal like prime minister choices up on stage. It's hilarious. So you get these like weirdos and like costumes like this standing up next to Boris Johnson.
While Boris Johnson is talking about Peppa Pig Land.
Yes.
Don't remember that?
Oh yeah. Speaking of British politics.
Oh my gosh, they're the only country with worse politics than we do right now.
Yeah.
They have gone through 2 prime ministers this year. And this new guy, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. It's their first Indian prime minister, so that's pretty cool. You know, give him a shot. I'm down. I don't know anything about him.
Apparently,
Me
they
neither.
make like twice as much as the royal family. or Prince, what's his face?
R.I.P. to the Queen.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
It's a little late, but
See,
R.I.P.
This is the side of like news that I get, just the financial and fashion side.
Yeah, Anna's
don't
like,
care
did you
about
know
the
how much money he
politics."
makes though? Yeah, isn't he with their conservative party?
Yes. The Conservative
Okay.
Party won the ticket. The previous prime minister, I forget her name, but
Liz Truss.
Liz Truss, yeah.
Mhm.
She was a conservative.
Yes.
So the conservatives needed to come up with like a candidate fast,
Right.
or
So-
the opposition party would have taken over. I'm
That's
pretty sure.
That's the Tory party, right? That's the
I do
conservative
not
party. I think it's the
know
Tories.
British politics.
I think it's the
Yeah,
Tories
I'm
or the
not sure
British
about
party. Boris Johnson was a conservative who was a part of that because they've had like 3 in a row now.
Right.
And Boris Johnson resigned.
No,
His
term is up.
his term was up, and then Liz Truss got elected,
Yes.
and then she was like,
She fucked
"Peace, y'all, I'm
everything
out."
up. Yeah.
Yeah, she fucked up. And
she
then
was only there for like 46 days, 40 some days. Like,
didn't even
not
hear
even
anything that she
50
did.
days.
I didn't even hear anything that she did.
Yeah.
But then she was like,
She
"I
wrecked the
resign."
economy. Like she cut all these like taxes. She thought like they thought it was going to be good for the economy. It just went. It
Well, they're
backfired
not.
hard.
They're not a. Are they a mixed economy? They're not a free market economy, are they?
I don't know.
None of us know.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
All we
I
know
don't
it's
know-
a shit
I don't know
show
anything
over
about
there right
British
now, and they're
politics.
trying to fix everything.
Yeah,
currently.
good for them. Good for the British. We
So
shit
how
on them
many
enough on
years
this show. We
is
should probably
the
take it easy
British-
this time.
Right.
Term, like the prime minister term.
Huh?
Prime
How many
minister
years
term.
is the prime minister term in
Oh,
the UK?
gosh, you're asking the wrong Cheeto.
Yeah.
Is
Wrong.
it like 4 years?
Don't know.
I'm not
We
looking
could
it up.
we could look it up, but this is feelings no facts. So we don't know. We don't know how long it is.
Yeah.
Let's take a guess. 6
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, somewhere around
I'm gonna
from
say
like
4
4
to
to
6
6.
years.
I think it's
Yeah.
4 to 6 years.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
for a solid 8.
You think it's 8?
The max.
No, I'm kind of
Ooh, I don't
curious.
know
All right,
about that.
fine. I guess we'll Google one thing. All right, fine. Fine. We'll throw some facts in this episode. Fine. How long?
This is the ASMR.
No, we're
That
not
sounds
doing
boring.
ASMR, Anna.
I feel like Boris wasn't in office that long. It didn't
A
sound
term
like he was in
limit-
office that long.
There is no limit to the amount of time that somebody can be
What?
prime minister.
That's insane.
What?
The prime minister only starts being the prime minister if their party has a vote to change the leadership. Britain. They never got off the monarchy thing. They're just like, we're just gonna elect the monarch now, and they can stay in power for as long as they want.
Right.
British people. British people.
I thought you just said we're
Britain.
not talking smack on them.
But then I found out that they have there's no time limit.
No term limit.
So I'm back to shitting on
insane.
British people.
Damn.
Yeah. Wow. I don't think people have been able to see my head my face this entire time. Because I think the Cheeto is just covering. That's why I keep
You're
trying
just
to
a Cheeto.
push it back.
That's all that matters.
I'm just but the sunglasses are funny. I want people to see the sunglasses. But yeah,
Right.
it's not. I'm channeling my inner
Just
Tim
do
Dillon
like a
sort of.
dramatic stare into the camera for like a second,
But they can't see my eyes.
and then we could do.
It
a
would just
clip.
be yeah.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. So yeah, good luck to the new British Prime Minister. Hopefully he stays in office for
as long
some-
as he wants.
Longer than 50 days.
and maybe less than 25 years.
Right.
Just maybe, Britain, get some term limits. Get some maybe they do have maybe you can only do it once. That I guess would make a little, but that's still kind of goofy.
Right.
At least cap it at 8 years, at least.
At least, yeah.
Come on. I wouldn't even want to do it for one day. It's Britain.
Yeah.
Please at least
Average
tell me
British cuisine.
and it's just like a cup of
Oh.
beans with a piece of toast, and they're like, "Oh yes, breakfast." That's all it is. Like fish and chips.
Yeah.
Peas.
Fish and chips is their best meal.
I go to the
Mhm.
pub and get some fish and chips. That sounds like a wonderful evening.
If I went to the UK, I would only eat fish and chips, at every restaurant. 'Cause their cuisine just looks terrible.
I wouldn't eat.
Here's
I
the
would-
question. Have you ever seen a British restaurant in the United States?
No, none.
Now I want to look this up.
Does
There are
not
none.
exist.
And you know what? Oh, and you know what? The top restaurants in the UK. Guess what kind of food they serve?
American.
French.
Oh. I was just gonna guess like McDonald's. Can you say like all the fast food places in a British accent?
Me?
Yes.
McDonald's. And then what else? I might go a little Australian. What other ones?
KFC.
Burger King. Arby's. We have the meats. This is getting. I'm going
Popeyes.
Australian for sure. What other ones are there?
Wait,
Long John Silver's.
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
How about Taco Bell?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Let's move on from.
I think
all
I
right,
have a better British
we've made-
accent than you.
We've made
Dave.
fun of British people in an inappropriate amount on this episode already. Let's move on. What do we got next?
Damn.
We got to move on. They're gonna come after us big time.
Yes.
I'm sorry about the death of
It's
the
okay.
Queen.
They
Britain.
do the
I'm
American
sorry.
accent. We do the British accent. They do the American accent.
Yeah, there's definitely a podcast in Britain right now with 3 college
for
students
sure.
that are just relentlessly.
Okay.
Taking steamy
sort
dumps
of
on America.
breaking news.
Okay.
Paul Pelosi has been violently
Oh
attacked
yeah, I saw that. when I
or
was
assaulted.
looking.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, that's Nancy Pelosi's husband, the greatest investor in the history of the S&P 500.
Yeah. It's
This
not
guy-
because. Disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
It's not because of insider trading.
It's-
obviously.
It's not because his wife is a congresswoman who had insider information about stocks that were going to do really well or terrible during COVID, and then he went away and bought a bunch of. It's not because of that. It's because he's a goddamn wizard. He puts on the sorting hat from Harry Potter, and he picks the stocks, and he always wins.
Exactly.
That's why.
Exactly.
They actually did like I don't know if it's like a 60 Minutes or whatever on his like investments. And they show like his success level compared to everybody else. It's insane. He's like ridiculously successful in this, but it's because he's really good at picking stocks. There is no insider trading happening in our government. We can just make that blanket statement. It's not happening. It's because he's really good at investing. But he got assaulted in their home
yeah. Apparently.
by who?
You're talking about
I'm
it.
pretty sure they're gonna keep that under wraps. Like they're not gonna come out and say who yet.
Yeah. It was like Wall Street Bets, maybe. The guy that made Wall Street Bets. Maybe that's the guy. But yeah, that's kind of crazy.
It was Rupert Murdoch came in. He was like, "How did you know everything?"
How did you know? Yeah, that's crazy. They're worth so much money. The Pelosi's are worth like hundreds of
yeah.
millions of dollars. It's wild.
Aren't they like one of the richest families?
No, not even close. But they're worth but for like
Sure.
But for like U.S. representatives, they're worth ridiculous amounts of money. Like they didn't get paid that much money. They made some really good investments. I'm gonna grab my water quick. I'm gonna un-Cheeto myself and grab my water. I'll be back. And keep going, folks.
Football. Giants are doing really well.
I have nothing to comment.
Steelers suck.
give the people the rundown.
Yeah. I mean,
guess
what
so.
are they like 6-1? Leah?
Who, the Giants?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6-1.
Yeah, that's insane. Like they're doing
Steelers is
so.
getting a nice 2-5.
This 2-5. Hey, at least you guys won against Tom Brady. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I
Who's
guess that's
you
true,
guys?
Steelers.
But it's brutal.
That's you too,
But we're
brother.
yo-
You're in
Steelers
Pittsburgh
are a
now.
young
Yeah,
team,
but I'm
so
not dedicated
injuries.
Steelers fan number one.
happen.
Yeah, neither am I.
What's that, Leah?
Oh, I said Steelers are young, have a lot of injuries.
Yeah, yeah. I
That's
mean,
what it is.
Saquon
happens.
there for a couple years, he was getting injured quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't get time on the field, but now,
Yeah, he looks back to his form.
now he's playing like he did in
Ooh,
Penn
wait,
State.
Big game Saturday.
Yeah,
Penn State, Ohio State.
yeah. That's gonna be crazy. Is that at Penn State or is that in?
Yeah, it's at
Ohio.
Penn State.
Yeah, that's gonna be insane. They're like State College goes
Yeah.
absolutely insane for Big
It's
Ten
really
games
pretty
like
up there.
that.
That was my first time going up there, like, I think 2 weeks ago. Really
Yeah,
nice up there.
yeah. It is definitely really nice up there. Until the college
I didn't
students
get to
pull.
see campus, though. I only was at the golf course.
Yeah, well the college is the town. Like the town is the college.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're one and the same. Speaking of the Steelers, that that Sunday Conversations on Barstool with Najee Harris, dude,
I haven't watched it yet. I need to watch it.
hilarious. It like the guy that does those, Caleb Presley, he does this thing where they give like a true or false. Like he was like Najee Harris, true or false? I heard that you got paid more at Alabama than you did at Pittsburgh. And Najee Harris was like, true. And Caleb goes, false. I didn't hear that anywhere. He was interviewing Jordan Spieth, and he was like, Jordan Spieth, true or false? I once read a study that said golf is 80% mental. Jordan Spieth goes, true. False. I didn't read that study.
Honestly, I believe that.
No, that's true, but the point was like...
Yeah.
That's such a clever way to frame that question. That's so good.
Yeah.
I like the one with Hasbulla. That one's hilarious.
Oh, the one with Hasbulla is great. The one with Post Malone's great too, and the one with Theo Von. That guy is hilarious.
Theo Von on any podcast.
Oh
is
my God.
Crackhead energy to
Come
the
on.
max. It's so great.
Theo Von will just say
anything that comes to his mind.
But he'll say the most out of pocket thing, like it's nothing.
Right.
And then he'll just keep moving on,
like-
and people have to like stop and be like,
like-
elaborate.
My favorite type of weed is cocaine.
Yeah, no, he was like, somebody was on Rogan, and he was like, man, I did a fast for like 4 days, and I was at Best Buy, and this Vietnamese man was helping me, and I was like, no one's looking, I could eat this gentleman real quick. And then
What the fuck?
He was like, I was on a fast for 4 days, and then after that 4 days, I was like, I could eat this gentleman, and nobody would find out. He was like, dude, you could hear someone fold a piece of bread from 80 yards away. I could hear a Skittle hit the pavement from a mile radius. Like, he says the craziest stuff.
Yeah, no.
That's how it is. Theo Von, come on the show, please. We'd love to have you.
Hasbulla too. We need you on here.
Yes! Oh my God, that'd be
Hezbollah.
insane. That'd be insane. Did you see he confirmed a UFC fight?
Really?
Yes, Hasbulla
way. Yeah.
Hasbulla confirmed a fight. He's doing it.
That's hilarious. Who is he
That's
fighting?
hilarious.
I'm gonna find out.
Who's Logan Paul fighting?
I don't think he has a fight lined up right now, does he? I think Jake
No,
does.
Jake Paul does.
Dude.
Logan
Hezbollah-
Paul's, like, doing WWE now.
Yeah, Logan's over in No, I think he's still boxing. I think
fighting
he's still
somebody,
preparing
though.
for a fight.
I walked into
I
what's it?
didn't think
What's
Okay,
it called?
that'll be next. We'll talk about the Pauls after we. Okay, so Hasbulla Magomedov, which, by the way, if we're talking about just banger name, like just cool names,
Right.
Hasbulla Magomedov,
Fire.
fire name,
Absolutely fire.
signs UFC contract and confirms fight. This is awesome.
That's hilarious.
That's great. But yeah, man, he struck a friendship with UFC president Dana White. Oh my God, they took a picture together. That's fire. Oh, that's great. Yo, we gotta put that on screen in post editing. The picture of Hasbulla with Dana White. That's fire. But yeah, he confirmed a fight. I don't know who he's fighting though. Oh, he's fighting Abdu Rozik. He's fighting the other little dude
Oh, no
that
way.
they talked
Oh, yeah,
about in the
one
Sunday
that-
conversation.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
The one
I
he has
think
beef
so.
with, right? He has beef with, like, everybody.
Oh my God, that's great. Listen, I've never actually like paid for a pay-per-view, but we all gotta watch that. We said we were gonna watch the Floyd Mayweather Logan Paul fight, but I think we were all at home for that. I think that was over
Yeah,
break.
we were at
Yeah.
break.
Okay, so then
Which, that wasn't even that great of a fight.
speaking of fighting, well, that was crazy because like Floyd should have knocked him out, right?
Mhm.
Like I saw so many people like capping for Floyd at the end of that fight, like, oh, Logan's bigger, Logan's younger, he's a YouTuber. Knock him out, please.
Yeah.
He promised people a knockout, and he didn't knock him out. But, so I think Jake has a fight coming up with
I
that
think
one
he's actually fighting a boxer.
Instagram kid. I thought he was fighting.
I thought he
Logan
was fighting
Paul's
an
gonna
actual
fight
boxer,
Roman
but
Reigns.
maybe not.
Yeah, at WrestleMania. Yeah, that's not an actual fight. They're just gonna like script
you
a
talking about
scripted
Logan Paul?
wrestle. Yeah, no, Logan Paul. I think Logan Paul is fighting Roman Reigns at like WrestleMania or some shit.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Jake Paul.
We're kind of just bouncing off of both of them.
Yeah, we've kind of been going back and forth. Yeah, I think Logan is. That's kind of crazy though. Logan fighting Roman Reigns. That's kind of cool.
Fighting Anderson Silva.
Yeah, that kid. This is the fight.
He was a UFC fighter.
Hey, if Jake can beat him, Jake can box. The kid has skill.
Yeah.
He's kind of goofy, but he's actually got skill. Like he can actually fight. So maybe he'll do well. Or maybe he'll pay the kid enough money to not knock him out. Because they'll make a ton of money off of it. Because that also might be part of the strategy. They just pay the people enough money so that they don't get knocked out. But I respect the guts to actually get in the ring because I think the majority of people out there would not be willing to get in the ring even with training. Like, I don't think I would. I don't want to get concussed. I don't want to get head injured. But when's that fight happening, Gavin? The Anderson Silva fight? Do you know?
October 29th.
I have no idea.
October 29th?
Yeah.
Wait, it's happening like
Yep.
Next month.
October 29th is tomorrow.
Mhm.
Oh wait, shit!
It's happening
in
tomorrow.
November.
Y'all want to watch it?
Yeah, it's happening tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
Y'all want to get the pay-per-view and watch?
Yeah.
I'm super down.
See, I found out about this because I went into the one restaurant here, and they had the flag poster right at their stand.
Oh, that's dope. What restaurant?
I forget what it's called. It's the one that's right over here at Market Square. The one that's open really late. Yeah.
I don't
Permane
even know.
Bros?
I don't even know. Yeah, not Permane Brothers, right?
No, not Permane Bros. The other one.
Oh, the Glassworks place.
Yeah, CityWorks. Yeah,
CityWorks, yep.
It popped out of my head. Yeah, the CityWorks.
Oh, that'd be dude. What if are they playing the fight of Permane Brothers? Because that would actually.
They're
I would.
probably playing at CityWorks. We should go to CityWorks.
Yo, I'm so down. Let's go to CityWorks and watch the fight. I'm
They
super.
better have it since they had a whole flag.
I'm super down. Well, if they're not, we can just watch it at my apartment.
Right.
It's fire. I'm super down. Leah, you gotta watch it too, and we'll freaking FaceTime. We'll freaking watch the fight.
Yeah.
Gotta do it. If Jake gets knocked out, oh my god, they'll have to
I hope
airlift
he
me out of the
loses.
apartment. They'll have to airlift me out.
Okay, but CityWorks is gonna be packed. I'm sure it's.
Yeah, we should maybe just
No, but
at
like
the
it would be
apartment.
fun.
It would
Let's see
it
if
would
we
be a
can
lot of
do
fun.
it.
It'd be great. I'll totally watch. And then isn't KSI fighting some other dude now too? They're all everyone's fighting people
Oh
now.
no.
Everyone's fighting.
No idea.
KSI called out Andrew Tate
Oh my god.
after his one fight, and that never happened.
Andrew Tate.
I would have watched that fight.
Yeah, that would have been.
I would've watched that
very
fight.
entertaining.
I mean, listen, Andrew Tate's 4-time kickboxing world champion, so like, I don't like the guy for his personality or for what he says, but on a purely fighting
Oh,
standpoint,
he's gonna get views.
very talented. Very talented on just purely on the basis of being a fighter. He's really good. So, but I don't think that's actually gonna happen.
Right.
I think Andrew Tate caught out Jake Paul too.
Hilarious.
Oh my god.
He was like, Jake Paul,
He's gonna
you're not,
fight.
You're not a man enough to get in the ring with the top G. With the,
He's gonna fight both the Paul brothers at the same time.
I don't think he wins that. I honestly don't. I think if there were two
He
of the
would
Paul
try,
brothers,
though.
of course he would try. I don't think he might get some good shots in, but I think
He'd be
I mean,
"I'm
Logan's big. Logan's
Ah.
a big guy.
Yeah, he is pretty big.
Logan's Jake isn't as big. I mean, Jake's like shorter. I think he's a little more muscular, but like Logan's a big dude.
Right.
So who knows? That fight I would also watch. But yeah, that's crazy. So we would definitely go watch that. That'll be sick. What else we got? Anything else happening? Anything else in the? Of course, this is the one day on Twitter where like nothing happens.
I keep
Well,
seeing like
Tom
things on
Brady's getting a
Instagram.
divorce.
What's
Tom
that?
Brady's getting divorced.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Bruh.
But also, I was gonna say every Halloween, I swear, I keep seeing on Instagram that like people are drugging kids with candy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
this is the.
rappers.
This
Watch
is the-
out! You might have drugs in your candy.
Like,
Someone might
is
slip
it-
an
is it
edible
even
into your
real?
bag.
Like, I feel like I see that every Halloween.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
That's like so sad. I don't know. Like, why would they do?
Yeah, that
Or,
is
like-
terrible that people actually do that shit.
Like, why kids? Like, damn.
How? Okay, wait, hold on. How do I Google, like, just the news that happened today, and like, not even scrolling down a full page, Top stories from today's Montana news.
Montana news.
Montana.
All the NPCs live there.
Sorry to all the
the
Montana
photos.
residents out there, the 3 people that live in Montana and the 1 moose. The 3 real people and a moose and all the computer players, whatever they're called. I don't care about the news in Montana. Sorry. Why would that be on my feed? I'm in Pittsburgh.
No idea.
Yeah.
It's the shelteredness for me.
Yeah, a side thing as we're looking for more news, this is one of the last episodes in this studio.
Yeah.
This is one of the last episodes. And then the studio we'll have a temporary Gavin, what's it called? The Pittsburgh Media Center or something like that?
Yeah, the Pittsburgh Center for Media. Or
Center
something,
for
yeah.
whatever. So we're getting a temporary studio until the end of the semester. So we'll have what? 4 or 5 episodes in there?
Yeah.
4 or 5 episodes in there. And then next semester we will have
The new CMI.
the new CMI over at West Penn. So we'll be in a new studio.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna miss this studio. We've only been in here for like a couple episodes, and I like it though.
Right.
I imagine it'll look pretty much just like. I mean, I imagine they're gonna pick up the table.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
Take all the computers.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they
mics.
actually get a new computer.
The computer's fine.
Yeah, I guess it works. It's kind of boxy though. It looks kind of goofy, but it works. Yeah, but we're gonna get a new studio, so that'll be kind of cool, I guess. That'll be exciting. We have plans for season 2. Trying to
get Don Green on.
to open up.
podcast.
Don Green, please come on the show. I saw Don in the gym yesterday. He was getting after it. It was
We
kind of
saw
cool.
Don yesterday at
Yo,
Rocktoberfest,
Yes.
Pioneer Records Oktoberfest.
that was fire.
Showed up.
Don pulled up. He was dancing, and then I think he dipped pretty early. I think he only stopped by to say hello to people, but it was still cool.
Yeah.
No costume.
No costume.
No,
He doesn't need a costume. He could just play himself. Like
he's Don Green.
he's Don
dude.
Green.
I guess.
I like Don Green. I thought it was cool that he stopped by. I thought it was great. It was not that it's like late, but like he very easily could have been like, I have other stuff to do.
Right.
It was cool that he
Yeah.
stopped by. I like Don. Don, come on the show. We're trying to get you to open up season 2. That'll be a certified banger if
Yeah,
that
that would
happens.
be a banger.
We haven't really reached out to him yet. I just kind of keep saying it on the show in the hopes that somebody will show it to him. And then he'll be like, I'd love to come
Yeah.
on the show. And I'd be like, we'd love to have you. I'm just trying to manifest it first, before we actually go invite him.
Right.
We've been told that he'll totally do it, which would be insane.
I feel like he would, definitely.
Okay, but you probably have to have like a more specific, narrowed down list of what to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Well, we always do.
We always
Yeah,
do.
this
yeah.
is
This
the-
is just the one time.
This is because I wasn't going to be like, oh, what do you think about blah, blah, blah to you guys? I was like, let's just talk shit. Let's just do
How
what
do
we
you feel
do.
about the economic state of the world? I think hamburgers and cheeseburgers work well with fries.
Can we talk about the economic and political state of the world right now?
What do you
At
think? of
Jaden
British
Smith.
At
cuisine?
Jaden Smith.
At Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith.
100% Jaden Smith. That.
At Jaden Smith. Yeah, and I wasn't going to like scripted ask you guys questions. I wasn't going to do that.
Yeah.
And I can never tell where you're looking, and it's really like like in my brain you're always just looking like up here the whole time.
I'm like 360ing over here. We're like 180ing. I'm
Yeah,
looking
you're-
at you and Gavin.
Yeah, maybe more like 45ing.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this just in.
This just in.
Elizabeth Warren says Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter is, quote, dangerous for our democracy. You know, as someone who supported Elizabeth Warren as a progressive, this is not the way to do it.
This ain't it.
This ain't.
Show us your 23andMe, Elizabeth Warren. Where's the Native American, eh? Isn't she actually Native American, though? Or was
Yeah,
that a
she-
claim?
No, I think she does have, like, some native blood.
Who was the one that claimed to be that, but it wasn't true?
I don't know.
Didn't, like, AOC say that, and they were like, yeah,
No.
nah.
No.
No, she didn't say that?
No.
Who was it that said that? I don't remember. But either way, I made that joke because I thought Elizabeth Warren was the one that faked it. In
She
hindsight,
might
that
have.
joke bombed.
She might have.
It doesn't matter even if she did. Who cares? Yeah, I think look at that. We're circling back to Elon. It always circles back to Elon
It always does.
every time.
Wasn't there some video of like, it was like a thing at AOC. There was like protesters like
Oh,
saying stuff about her, and then she
yeah.
started dancing to it.
Protesting Elon buying Twitter.
No, she was just like dancing to people that protesting her, and she started like at an event, and she just started dancing.
I don't think she was dancing. I didn't hear about the dancing part, but I know that recently there were protesters that showed up to one of her town hall meetings and was like,
that's
"Why
what it
are
was,
you
and she, like,
supporting
started
this
dancing
war
to
with
it. I'm gonna show you the
Ukraine?
video.
Like progressives are anti-war."
Oh,
The same thing happened to Elizabeth Warren actually not too long ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about people protesting to Elon buying Twitter. I was like, this is going too far with the holding
No, she
signs.
started dancing to protesters saying AOC has got to go.
Yeah, we talked about that. That'll be coming up on an episode in a couple weeks. We talked about that with Zach from Say What Needs Saying. But yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, I mean, I think some progressives are starting to wake up and realize, or they've always just known this, and it's like one of the whole ideas, like one of the main staple points of being progressive is being anti-war and for peace,
Right.
and not trying to flame this war and vote on sending millions of dollars to Ukraine and NATO.
Yeah. That's
I don't think NATO will take up Ukraine.
no, I doubt it.
There's too
I
much
doubt it.
drama and too much
Yeah.
that's tied to it for NATO to go up with that. This is gonna be a third world war.
I don't know
Yeah,
if they're-
it would be a third world war.
it
if,
would be
if NATO
if
picks up Ukraine.
yeah, if they did, which is why they won't, most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a hard winter for Europe with like gas being cut off the Nord Stream pipeline. Like they were actually going to build a second one because the demand was so high, and they
And
just
now
cut off
the
the
first
only
one,
one.
yeah. Jeez. Yeah.
That's why we need to switch to nuclear energy.
Yeah. That's a stupid idea, Gavin. It's too efficient. Yeah, that's tough. The thing with NATO and sending money and the it's just there's so much going on.
Right.
It's I don't even keep up with it anymore just because every day it's something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason how I keep up with it, and the only reason why I keep up with it, is because it's just blasted all over Twitter. It's blasted all over. It's blasted everywhere. I cannot turn a corner without seeing that.
Homie, can you move a little closer to your mic? Whenever you're, I think when you talk you are, but I want to make sure people can actually hear you.
I feel like you were hearing me so far.
Yeah, I know, but I just we had a.
I mean, we're an hour in, so I mean.
Yeah, it's kind of too late for that, but
No, I think they heard me.
no, I think so too. But I just
Yeah.
want to make sure.
I
It
mean,
is
we
what it
still
is.
heard Bernie when he was on.
Yeah, Bernie
He
was
sat
really
pretty
quiet.
far away.
Yeah, bro was back here. He was like, "Nah," but I love it. That episode was great. I had a great time talking to Bernie, but he was a little far away from his mic. It was his first podcast though, so
Yeah.
to be expected.
Still pretty dope.
It was fire. I love that episode. I'd love to do it again. Bernie, if you're listening, come back on the show.
YouTuber's richest creator, Mr. Beast, is seeking $1.5 billion in valuation in what could be a massive milestone for influencers-led businesses.
Yep, I believe
Huh.
it. He's breaking the simulation.
Yeah.
He was on a podcast and he said that he was offered $1 billion for his channel and all of the associated companies and he turned it down. But now he's getting to 1 point. I mean, it makes sense. Every video he puts out gets like minimum 25 million views.
Yeah. I mean, he's trying to raise money for something. Like, I think he wants to expand all his, like, channels and, like...
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, he would. He also talked about running for president whenever the time is right.
Right.
He's what, 24 right now?
Yeah.
So, assuming we're still kicking
Right.
in 11 years, he could run. with Logan Paul as his vice president, and I'd vote for them.
Yeah, that will be the ticket that destroys everything.
Yeah.
Its path.
Yeah, we actually kind of need that now because that beats Trump.
That does beat Trump.
I think it's not even close. Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, presidential ticket. Let Tim Dillon and Andrew Schultz run their campaign, and Rogan could run their campaign as well. Nothing beats that.
Nothing beats it.
Well, actually, it's kind of tough. Mr. Beast's audience is probably a little bit too young right now to be voting.
I mean,
but that's why in
give it
11
time,
years,
yeah.
that's why in 11
Yeah.
years, he'll have such a wide audience because like we didn't grow up watching him. We were kind of already.
I mean, I remember seeing some of his early videos on YouTube and watching them, like his ones where he just destroyed his friend's car and gave him a new one,
Or where he counted to 100,000.
Yeah,
and
like
he
those
said,
very early videos. I was there for.
I didn't actually watch back then, but I think that's why in 11 years he could easily have a big enough audience.
Right.
And as long
I
as
mean,
nothing comes out about him doing
I
any
think
goofy
he's
shit.
such a big household name I think he is a pretty big name, and a lot of people know him. Not just younger audiences, but just people, general people. I feel know him.
Yeah, my parents know about him and everything like that. Not that that's the gauge for nothing. My parents are pretty up with it, informed and everything, but yeah, that could be kind of crazy if he runs.
Right. I mean, that and he has such a big platform. Even people that don't know him could just go look at his YouTube and be like, "Oh, I get it. I get where people are coming from. Why
Yeah.
they really like this guy."
Mm-hmm.
And he has a lot of people on both sides that really like him.
Yeah, he does. He's a pretty remarkable dude. Pretty historic man.
Right.
Yeah, I'd vote for him. Can he run now?
But
Can
does he top Brent Peterson? That's the real question.
Maybe Brett Peterson needs to be his vice president.
That would be
Unstoppable.
unstoppable.
It's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do to stop that. Absolutely nothing.
Be his secretary or something like that. Philip.
The secretary of TikTok.
Yes.
He could be Mr. Beast's secretary of TikTok. Oh man. That's crazy. We got anything else? Any other things anybody would like to talk about?
No, I don't think so.
Wait, browse Twitter real quick.
Let's browse Twitter again.
What does our Thanksgiving break look like this year?
We have a week.
A week?
Yep, we have a week.
Okay, because when I go on Point Web, this is way off topic, but when I go on Point Web, all of my classes for the week before the 25th are still there. So I was just confused.
Point Park, I hope you're listening to this episode. I mean no disrespect when I say this. Please just get rid of Point Web completely and start over. Or just fix Point Web.
Scrap it.
It's am I wrong?
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
No.
Okay,
No,
it's
you're not wrong.
it's the most confusing website to navigate.
Yeah.
Right?
When I get lost now and I'm a sophomore.
Mhm.
Last year I was I don't know where to find anything on this website. It's so confusing. It's so hard to navigate. I don't know what's going on over there.
And a lot of the labels are so general that you're like, oh, I thought that's what applies to my the one tab where it's just students and what was it?
But please, Don Green, I know you're listening. Don, listen, you seem like a great guy, and listen, honestly, Point Park is pretty dope, all things considered. Just all we got to do is fix Point Web, and that score goes up.
Yes.
Point Web
and the new
and-
mid cafe.
Yeah.
The new mid
The
cafe
mid cafe.
is insane. You can even drink water for free more.
Yeah, we got to talk about that. We only talked about it enough times on the show, and the people that don't go to Point Park, they just don't give a fuck. But
Okay.
I'm gonna keep saying it. They tried to fix the Point Cafe, made it worse. Didn't even
I don't
fix
think they
it.
tried to fix it. I think they were just introducing something new to it, and they were like, "Yeah, this really fucked up."
You removed the soda fountain machine, so I can't even go to fill up my water bottle anymore.
Right.
And I did that every day last year. It sucks.
You can't.
Everything's still mad overpriced. The Boost mobile order app doesn't really work as well as I would like it to.
It's getting better.
I think last
I
year they
hope.
didn't
The
even
app
want us to
itself is
fill up
getting
the
better.
Carson. I think
Yeah.
last year they didn't even want us to fill up our water bottles at the soda station.
Yeah, and
So that's probably why they did that.
guess who's paying a lot of money to be here?
Right.
Yeah, and it's
Us.
water.
And it's water
It's not like I'm filling it up with like
with cherry
cherry
coke.
No, I
yeah.
agree, but I'm just saying like that's probably
Dude.
why they did that.
Cherry
well,
coke.
put a water machine or put a water fountain in there and be
Cherry
like, here,
Coke, dude.
free water for everyone. Like
Yeah.
I think if I would have gotten like cut last year, mid like in the middle of like second semester, if I would have like cut myself with like if I would not like intentionally, but you know what I mean.
right.
If I would have bled cherry coke from my veins, I was drinking so much cherry coke from the cafe last year.
So question.
Sure.
What are the dates for our Thanksgiving break?
It's here. I have it.
So the 25th
Uh-huh.
is a Friday.
No, that's a
Because-
Tuesday.
That's a Thursday.
Tuesday.
Here,
It's a
I got it.
Tuesday. I was
I
trying to
got
base it off of
I
the
got it.
dates that I booked.
Hold on.
It's the so
You're right.
It's-
It is a Friday.
The 25th is a Friday, but that's like mid into break.
yeah. So the 21st is technically the first day, but that's a Monday, so you can go home the weekend.
So the 18th.
True.
The
Yes.
18th is also
Friday.
a Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Which we don't have an episode booked for then, right?
Yeah. and
Because
the
you're
tw-
going home.
Yeah, and the 25th is
Friday.
another Friday, so there's another weekend.
we come back the
the
Monday.
28th.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
Yeah. So the 21st to the 28th, but you can really go home on the 18th.
Because I gotta order some train tickets.
Yes.
That's off.
You're going home by train?
I'm not going home. I'm going to Harrisburg.
Oh, sick. Okay.
But you gotta do that now because they're cheaper.
That's actually a good point. Well, you're not going to take the Port Authority buses?
Hell no. You know how much anxiety that's gonna give me?
The Port Authority buses are terrible.
My mom wants me to take a train to South Carolina.
Huh.
You know how many hours that is?
20?
21.
Oh my
grandparents,
God.
my grandparents took a train from Harrisburg to Birmingham, Alabama.
How much was that?
I don't know how much it was,
But
but
honestly, for the price, it was only a $181 ticket. Like, that's not bad.
yeah.
I'll just bring like
No.
a shit ton of stuff to do on the train.
Well, you're actually doing that?
I probably am. My mom doesn't want to drive all the way here. It's like a 10-hour drive.
Yeah, I don't
And
blame
for
her.
winter,
Oh yeah, I don't blame her at all.
Yeah.
I mean, you only really have winter once you hit like West Virginia,
well, I
probably.
mean, yeah, but like she has to drive
Yeah.
down here. She's
Yeah,
very like
up.
she gets scared to drive in the dark and stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, let's take a train then. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
What are we thinking, folks?
I think we should call it.
We wrapping?
Call it. Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it. Thanks for listening, everybody. This is the Not Just Politics podcast, the very spooky. We didn't actually talk about anything Halloween related.
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah.
We're just
Everybody
in
dress up,
costumes.
go trick or treating,
Happy
have
Halloween.
a happy Halloween, have a great time.
Stay warm.
Stay tuned.
Watch out for drugs.
Absolutely. This is dropping after Halloween, right?
It might drop this weekend as a special.
Yeah. So,
Happy
you
Halloween.
know, that's it. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yeah, happy Halloween.
Peace out.
Happy Halloween.